Folks, welcome into the Semi-Perfect Podcast. It is February 6th. We're into February of 2019. Congratulations. We've all made it this far. For those that haven't.
Not supposed to?
Sorry.
Were we not supposed to?
But, yeah, welcome in. Some people, Hero, to answer that question, some people tried to make it a little bit more difficult for themselves to make it to February of 2019. We will talk about those individuals or that specific individual here very shortly.
Yes.
Yes. The good news is that he's here to tell the tale. So that's all that counts. So welcome in. We're going to be talking about a couple topics, including, but not limited to, we know the Annie Awards came out, so we'll be talking about animation awards and seeing what people thought about who received what. Well, as I mentioned, we'll be talking about an interesting story with one Black Griffin. As well as a couple other things, including a Pixar short that just recently aired. Did it come out yesterday? Is that when it came out?
That's when we watched it.
That's when we watched it.
I think it was the day before yesterday.
So
it was recent though.
So yeah, and then of course update you on a couple other things. But first off, we're talking food posts. This is something that we do before every podcast, and if anyone's new, this is a podcast that happens every other Wednesday, so you made it here. We'll be back in 2 weeks from this date to continue the fun. Now, food posts. We want to see what people are eating during the podcast, and the first one was submitted 2 hours ago by Soren saying, I'm eating a turkey sandwich and milk and chocolate chips. I'll be honest, I was trying to figure out what the chips, the chocolate chips were on this plate.
Yeah.
I was like, what is that? So a turkey sandwich. Looks like we got some mustard going on with this turkey sandwich. Sarah, what do you think of the cup?
It's on the plate.
Good.
And it matches the liquid inside of it.
Nice.
It's
so quiet.
Yeah, I know. Oh yeah, I forgot to switch screens. But yeah, is everybody still here in the?
I'm looking up the food post right now.
No, thank God. I'm like, oh my God, you guys are too quiet.
Oops. 1 second.
Oh, that is a topic we'll have to talk about the Super Bowl, more specifically the halftime show.
All right, here we go. Here it is up on the screen for you guys.
There you go. There it is. So yes, turkey sandwich, and also Soren adds, or was asking if I've seen the Zootopia fan film. I haven't yet caught it, but I will definitely try and see that soon.
Your chair makes weird noises whenever you move.
This
I don't
one?
think anybody can hear it except for me. But like,
I just realized
his
another
goes,
huge topic that came out in the last 2 weeks that we'll talk about was might have to do with some Disney animations.
Okay. Oh yeah, the things.
Those are big quotation marks. Quiet Storm says another salad. Sliced wow, okay, so it's Turkey Day. Sliced turkey and Colby cheese with Evo dressing. What's that?
EVOO dressing? I don't know.
And some bacon ranch dressing. Wait. What is
Extra virgin olive oil.
Extra virgin? That's what they called me.
Garlic basil.
Did they?
No.
Dude, look what Railroad Brain's got. They got like fried up food to the max.
Oh, let's check this out. Scroll up there, Sarah. I'm assuming this is what you said. Railroad Bronies got, what is all this? Got some fish and chips with cheese bread and lemonade.
Oh.
From Clearman's Galley, aka Clearman's Galley, aka the boat.
What?
That's the place that I told you that my dad always points at and says the boat. That's the place. I'm curious where which Clearman's Galley you guys went. I don't know if there's more than one, but I know of one near Irwindale Speedway, and that's why I'm like, wait, is that like the one? If it is, that's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a kind of an iconic place out there. All right, let's see what else. That's a lot of cheese bread, by the way.
Yeah.
Good on you. We have Nikki D saying, haven't seen the podcast in a while, miss me?
Yes.
Anyway, making some hot chocolate as I work on Spanish exam prep and work on some stuff for my seminar class.
Fuck
See-
yeah, hot chocolate.
And good on you, Nikki, for doing your Spanish homework, because we know people that didn't do their Spanish homework and had other people do it.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Oh my god.
Yep. Nora posting having some yummy homemade chicken while listening to the podcast, and later I'll have some yogurt, trying to be healthier.
Nice.
Hey, that's always good. It's funny, I'm just thinking back to what I just last said, and I'm like, the only people that probably know exactly what I'm talking about are
Yeah.
in this room.
Yeah.
Yeah, Railroad Brony says it's in San Gabriel, the boat.
Nice.
Yeah, we passed by there. Go to Pepe's, Railroad Bronies. There's a restaurant out there. Saber's been there to Pepe's.
It's so good.
Oh god, I'm gonna be so hungry by the end of this.
Yeah.
Rosie Diamond says, I've been taking care of my grandpa after he got his hip replacement, and tonight I made us chicken and I almost read marijuana sauce, and I was like, whoa.
Yeah, that's what it was.
On top of spaghetti squash.
Nice.
Isn't it cool that we can replace hips?
Yeah.
Nice.
Science.
Humans.
Well, we can't, but yeah.
Yeah, we take credit for other humans' accomplishments. We can't move into the moon. It's like, what did you do to help?
I done it. Jazz King says got a triple-decker Nutella sandwich.
Let's get a
Dang.
close up of that.
I mean,
Nice.
dang.
With a bunch of pony figures.
What is that Starlight Glimmer? Oh, that's that
That's
figurine.
that's the one that we always see, and you're like, "What's that?" And I'm
What's
like,
that?
It's the one that we literally always see.
I like
everywhere.
that we're still being festive with the
the
stocking, the
stockings.
Christmas stockings going on.
Never let Christmas go away.
Nope, don't. All right.
God, your chair is gonna really annoy me today.
Well, where's the WD-40, woman?
I don't
What's
know.
this? Zachary ZD.
You say woman?
Woman. Yeah, I'll explain that later. It says, I got T-Bar Domino's barbecue wings
Nice.
and a heck of a lot of ranch sauce.
Yeah.
That's like me. Whenever I go anywhere where they give you like salsa or like sauce at Taco Bell, or if they offer like ranch or anything, I'm like, just give me as much as you've got, please. I'll find a way.
Physics.
For Nanman says, I'm editing a video while eating an apple. Wait a minute. I like the video that's being edited.
Yes.
That's I look forward to what's going on here. And then we got another post
One more.
from Hugh saying, got me some graham cracker ice cream with strawberries. Ooh.
I'm sure
I see
Graham
Roller
Cracker
Coaster
ice cream.
Tycoon 3 in
Yeah.
that
Wow,
basket.
who's being
Who's
nosy
being
now?
nosy now?
Who's being nosy
being
now?
nosy?
You
I was going to point it out earlier when you said, "Oh, we're still being festive with the stockings."
I know. There's a glue stick also.
But I didn't.
You didn't. I know. You didn't.
Uh,
I like how apparently T-Bar...
But I like Roller Coaster Tycoon 3.
It was supposed to say that instead
game.
of T-Bar.
Oh.
But I'm like,
T-Bar.
what's a T-Bar Domino's wing? All right, well, welcome in here, folks. First off, I'm curious to know how everyone's doing out there. Hiro, how were your last 2 weeks?
I finally solved the problem at my job that has been present for like the past 2 weeks. It's such a good feeling when you're like, man, I'm gonna get fired because I'm not gonna figure out this code, which won't actually happen, but your brain tells you it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
And then you finally solve it. Like you press execute, and then the code works, and you're like,
And then it kills
I'm gonna
the
go.
company.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go buy myself an ice cream.
I thought that
That's
was
what
the sound of
execute means.
a cannon going off, and then it goes. What? Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. I'm sure most people who work know exactly what you're talking about. Those moments that you have where you go, "Oh, so this is how my career ends."
This is it.
I think I was 2 weeks into my job when I had one of those moments where I went, oh,
Right, yeah.
well, it was a good run. Two
Right.
weeks on my resume. So why'd you leave? Well, you know. But yes, so glad to hear that you're at peace of mind with that.
Yes.
Good. What about you, Paleo? What have your last 2 weeks entailed?
I played Kingdom Hearts 3.
Nice.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh man. I want to ask questions and then I don't want to know anything.
We're still trying to get our hands on a copy of the story so far.
Yeah, which apparently is only available in physical copies.
Yeah. And they're a little bit hard to come by right now. I called up a GameStop and they're like, yeah, there's no GameStop within like 100-mile radius that's going to have it. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Do you guys actually have it?
What? No.
No.
I just watched a video. I'm not trying to play like 20,000 games. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very much.
Ray seems to be committed to play all of these games.
Well, so I mentioned it to a couple people here, Sarah and Saber, that I'm actually thinking about. Like, I know, like, this phase has passed for most people, but I'm actually like, you know what? I might start a gaming channel. We're right now acquiring the proper materials to do so. So, yeah, like, I'm like, you know, there's, if for nothing else, so I can look back and be like, oh, yeah, that happened in this video game. Yeah. And that's how I responded to it. So I'm thinking about starting that up. You folks are the first ones to hear about it here, but I'm thinking about doing it. So yeah, I think that could be fun. So Paleo, that's it though. Just Kingdom Hearts 3.
Mostly.
Nice.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
And playing tanks, Left 4 Dead.
Yeah, playing Left 4 Dead with you guys.
Saber, how have you been?
That game, Left 4 Dead 2, is like 10 years old now.
Oh my god, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Man, I'm old.
I remember. Saber, how have you been?
I'm alright. Just trying to stay busy, living life. Nothing crazy. I hit a deer last night, but it was, well, a deer hit me last night.
You want to elaborate on that a little
He
bit?
went up to it and punched it.
I wish. I was driving home from Laura's, and I was on the phone with Race, and I saw this mom deer walking across the road, and I slowed down, let her go. I looked left, looked right, didn't see anything, and I started driving slowly, and just this baby deer just bounced off my car, and I was like, what the fuck? And
Is it Carl, right?
it was fine. That's the weird part. I feel like a bird could have hit it and left more damage.
Man.
Right? The thing just ricocheted. It actually, in my peripheral vision, I remember seeing a blob like hit my car and then bounce back in the direction it came. So I was like, okay. It looked like I couldn't really make out what hit it, but like it was jumbled up, and it had like the color of what a deer would look like. And I'm like, oh, it's probably a fawn.
Brown?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're brown. They're like whitish and brownish and stuff like that.
Oh man.
Okay.
I mean,
It was
picking out
great.
white spots.
It was great
I'm
being
not
on.
one to
Mostly
go around labels Hirosashii.
It was.
I didn't even make out what you said. I just heard double gets a different. They're like sass. That's all I heard.
It's very interesting being on the phone with somebody as they run into a deer with their car.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because when Saber said, like, I just hit a deer, I'm like, are you okay? Like,
I really should have said, oh dear, at first.
Oh.
missed opportunity.
Yeah.
But at least now we know how Bambi 3 ends.
Yeah.
Was there,
Same way it
there
began.
was a Bambi too.
Yeah.
I have not seen that.
Wasn't he a
Yeah.
baby in Bambi 2?
Mm-hmm. It's
So-
like a in the middle of
Lion King 1.5?
It takes place.
Don't talk about it.
You know, in the portion in which the great prince of the forest is raising Bambi.
Hero, you don't like Lion King 1.5? I love that movie.
That is a fine thing for you to do.
No, I'm curious. Why don't you like it? As a huge fan, as our resident Lion King fan here.
Well,
furry.
There's so many things I could say. But
The audacity of me to say that, by the way.
There's a lot of reasons. For one, I don't like the humor. I think all the humor is just like, really, like none of it makes me laugh really at all. I do love Timon's mom because she has the voice that I like.
Isn't Timon like
it's Marge?
Yeah.
There
Yeah,
you go.
it's the same voice.
That being said, it's really like I would say a good 40% of the reason I don't like that movie is because it just shits on like the elegance of the first movie in that they raise up Simba and everyone bows and you're like, because he's the prince, he's the upcoming king, royalty. And they're just like, nah, it's because Pumbaa farted. That is the like rudest thing to do to Lion King 1.
Did you know you were gonna hate it before it even came out?
No, I did not.
It is now. Is it?
I still enjoy it because it's like kind of like I feel like it doesn't take itself seriously. Plus, it's like told in their point of view, so everything's really skewed.
I consider it, like it's not an actual telling of what happened.
No, it's their perception / them inserting themselves
like,
where they probably didn't even, weren't even in the first place.
I should just use that headcanon. They bowed because he was the prince, the future king, and just in Pumbaa's mind, he was like self-conscious that because he farted there.
That's how
that's what I should go with.
I think that's how I've always taken that movie.
Yeah.
I definitely took it as, well, that's what happened. Damn it.
Oh my god, behind the scenes suck. Oh.
And that the quick before the hyenas come song, that song's catchy. I'm not gonna knock that song.
Big guitar, no big guitar, no cool.
Yeah.
Jaboni!
Sarah, what have you been up to the last 2 weeks?
Not too terribly much.
No?
I mean, I've been going back and forth between here and a place called, well, I don't know if I want to say where it is, but like one of my professors called me back and he's invited me to
a strip
work
club.
in a collaborative space with his students and stuff. So I'm kind of been doing that, and we'll see where that takes me and all that stuff. So yeah.
Wow, you parried his sentence with the quickness. You're like, a strip club? No, he invited me to.
I know, she didn't even flinch.
I'm used to it.
Ceremony.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a professional at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that was the moment.
After 10 years.
It's been 84 years. Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm trying to think of anything exciting. It's been raining here a ton.
Yeah.
And it's cold, like really cold. Like people don't understand how cold it is. Like tonight we're gonna be in the high 40s.
Wait, let me see if I can ask Alexa from here. Hey Alexa.
You know what?
What's the temperature outside? Oh, she didn't hear.
No.
I was gonna be the obnoxious person. I was gonna be like, oh, boo-hoo, high 40. But then I realized I don't want to be the northerner to my southerner where they're like, oh, boo-hoo, you're only in like 15-degree weather. That's why I gave you. So I didn't.
Did you change the screen, by the way?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure. Yeah. It's so funny because I really wanted to make a joke like on Twitter about like, my gosh, people don't understand how cold it is and like post that. But like right around the time I wanted to do it was also when I saw a news article come out saying like, yeah, people are dying now because it's so cold. And I'm like, oh, Suddenly, I don't want to make this joke.
Did you see that one guy that the Lake Superior surfer? That like I didn't know you could surf on the Great Lakes, but apparently there was this guy that like surfed out in the vortex.
I saw that
And
picture.
like there's this picture of him, like he has like this big beard too, so like his beard and like face were like frozen.
Aw.
It's pretty dangerous.
Yeah.
The vortex
Like
sounds
he's
a
alive,
problem.
but yeah.
I just heard Laura's voice for the first time.
Hi, Laura.
Laura's
Never heard of him.
Never heard.
Yeah.
How have your last 2 weeks been, Laura?
We had an unexpected visit from my dad. Because he was in a woodworking conference class thing
Nice.
in North Carolina. Then he was able to swing by here on his way back up to Pennsylvania. So that was good.
Cool.
I visit for a couple days.
Nice.
Oh my goodness.
We did.
We had our annual thing with my group of friends where we all spend a weekend together and celebrate Christmas. We had it like a month after Christmas so that everyone could have like a chance to actually be ready for it.
Mm.
And it was a lot of fun.
Nice.
We played a lot of board games.
It was a good time.
Played Betrayal.
We played.
Oh, that's a good game.
Betrayal's so good. Come play it with me.
I just don't like it when I'm the person that that starts the purge of Omen or whatever it's called, and I have to go read all of the stuff, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna mess it up. I'm gonna mess it
You
up.
play board games?
I don't really play board games. I play them every once in a while, but Betrayal was a fun one.
Well, as an avid board game user.
Shut up. But to be fair, Hero, I once, told them, oh, it's this number, because I looked up in the book, and then I went and read a haunt that was a different number than what I told them.
Oh
And I was
god.
like, all right, let's do it. And they're like, oh, this is our setup. I'm like, what are you talking about? That's not even close to what I have. And I
Right.
had to go back and read it again.
I just got one description. It was so complicated. And I was like, if I mess this up, it ruins the game for everyone. I don't know. I get like stressed out with that kind of stuff.
That's fair.
So
I love it.
another thing that you and I did, we went to the Natural History Museum.
Oh yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, and saw lots of animals
Yes.
that were
Taxidermy.
not moving.
Yeah.
There's a lot of taxidermy animals.
The
in,
only rabbit I saw was in like a coyote's mouth.
Yeah.
I was like,
Well,
how
have
would
like a museum of messed up creatures that have been thrown together and call it the Unnatural History Museum.
I was kind of thinking though, like, imagine being this rabbit that died,
Yeah.
and it kind of like coming back to be like,
Zootopia too.
I wonder what kind of no, I wonder what kind of use my body or what kind of great thing my body did or how I was honored after I passed. Only
This is a really high level intelligence.
Yeah.
yeah, and then it
Let's bring it back. How about like when Mount Vesuvius erupted, and it's just coming out to get everybody, and they're like, "Well, we're gonna be like, ingrained on this stone for eternity. So let's do it. Pose right now." I honestly would want to like flip my dick out along with 2 of my fingers. That way it burns in. They're like, "This guy had 3 dicks," and it
And baffle scientists for
baffled them
years.
for centuries.
and not any only 2 of them are.
there was a green text where it had like these Greek guys or whatever who are like, grow up, be good friends, fight in battles, brothers basically. Volcano's gonna take us, hold each other in our brotherly love. Thousands of years later, people call us gay. Something like because like, wow, they held each other, they must have been gay, and it's like, oh, we're just brothers.
But I mean, think about it though. Like this rabbit died twice. Like it died and then was stuffed to be dead, like to die again in front of our very eyes.
Die eternally.
Yeah.
It's like
It's
it's
dead.
like it died on the inside.
Yeah.
I was just like, wow, that is.
They probably didn't even like have to do anything to it. Like
They probably found the
taxidermy-wise.
coyote with the rabbit in its mouth. They're like, perfect.
You just copy and pasted it.
You guys hear about that guy who fought a mountain lion like a day or 2 ago?
Yeah.
With his bare fists.
Yeah, he killed it. He choked it to death.
So he was a pugilist. Okay, got you.
A what?
He's a punchy man. There you go.
You can't use fancy word in this podcast.
Is that a fancy word?
I've never heard it until this moment.
All I know is that guy killed a mountain lion with his bare hands, and that is like the most hardcore thing I've heard in quite some time. I don't know how I don't even know how you begin to do that. Like, I guess you grab on for dear life around its throat and you just hold on and just grip. Like, you probably grab your arm with your other arm and just hold on for dear life.
Yeah.
I'm afraid to touch Danny. Like, Laura's cat will fuck my shit up, and I'm like, this is a
She's the precious
250-pound mountain lion. How the fuck do you survive that?
Yeah, with a ball of yarn.
Spray bottle.
Yeah.
my only weakness.
Well.
I have an update, by the way.
Okay.
From Gabe.
Yeah.
He has sent me a picture of what he's eating.
Yes.
Very
blurry.
No, it's not. It's very.
It looks blurry from where I'm at.
It's it looks to be a Red Robin Royal Burger.
Mm-hmm.
Because he says it has an egg on it.
Yeah.
Which that's the only one I can think of. Right. I see a salad in the background. I can only presume maybe that's. What do you think? Maybe Gabe's mother's having a salad.
Maybe.
Egg.
Eggs.
We're talking about It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Eggs.
Oh, is that where that thing came from?
So
Which one?
he is eating food right
Yeah.
now as we speak.
Yeah. So I guess we can't really talk about him yet.
No, but we mentioned one way to help save yourself from a giant cat could be a ball of yarn.
Uh-huh.
Speaking of balls of yarn,
oh, good segue, Jeffrey.
Let's talk about balls of yarn.
So there was a Pixar short that was released a couple of days ago called Pearl, P-U-R-L. And it's, I guess, part of a new initiative where they're posting shorts online, or I haven't looked into it much.
It's going to be part of the streaming service where Pixar is making original shorts.
Ah, okay.
It's the premise of the actually. So you're about to say, go for it.
Okay. Well, basically, the short is about a ball of yarn that gets a job, and the job is at a very man-oriented place. And
as it should be.
I guess I should have looked up a more professional put together synopsis.
Cheating. That's cheating.
It's called Bro Capital.
Yeah, BRO Capital.
Where they work.
They're definitely hitting at the idea of the male work environment and how it can be hostile if you're not a white, dude.
Yeah.
And I'm never really getting at the race thing, though I can only imagine that's another undertone. But it's mostly about this is a pretty straightforward message about sex.
I think it was a little too.
Yeah, a little bit. It's so interesting to me that they went so hard with it's not subtle in the slightest, and I'm I feel like the ball of yarn thing was them trying to be subtle with it a little bit. It's she's a ball of yarn. It's a metaphor and all that stuff. And I'm you could have just skipped that if y'all were just gonna go all in on this and just have a woman character I don't know.
What? A woman character in our no.
Bro Capital.
Not possible.
But yeah.
Well, we all have the comment where at the very end where no, never mind. But that was.
You say never mind because I'm here, aren't you?
No. It was shocking, actually. So I went into this not knowing first. I thought they would be showing this before Toy Story 4.
Yeah.
And I was like, they just said ass.
Yeah.
Hey, mister, you said ass.
The pink little ball of yarn said the word ass in a Pixar short.
I was waiting, like I said, I was waiting as the word ass was coming out. I was like, how are they going to cover this up?
Yeah.
And then the word had been spoken and moved on, and I'm like, oh, they're not.
They done did it.
They drank beer.
What is this, DreamWorks?
She threw up.
She did throw up.
They were at a strip club. That was
yeah.
Yeah.
And they made the joke
wait, was there actually a strip club?
I genuinely don't know because at this point I'm just like, if I
Oh my God.
I feel like I'm gonna be like, yeah, no, it wasn't the real thing.
I liked it when the Pearl character grabbed her crotch and she says, "I got balls of yarn." So
Yeah. And then there was the
My
part.
brain was
Then there was the part about getting a promotion.
No, but like to reel it in, it was very on the nose. It was not subtle at all, and that's. I guess
somebody in the chat said it's not subtle because of kids. I don't agree with that argument. Like just because like it's a short, because I don't think it's a short for kids.
No, I don't think it was either.
No, it's actually one of the most adult-oriented shorts that they've ever done.
I mean, they say ass.
Yeah. And she's like drinking and throws up.
Ass is like a level grade 7 word. Like, you don't speak that before you get to middle school.
Well, let's talk about the visuals, because the yarn character had like that texture that you see in like Trolls, that Yoshi video game.
Yeah. Like a yarn texture.
Yes.
Okay.
I guess. That's good. Kind of soft cloth texture. But shut up, sir. I will end you. But the frame rate for the characters also slowed down.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's more noticeable in the beginning, but then as you watch the short, it's less noticeable.
It's like Spider-Verse, like low frame rate, hot new thing, so hot right now.
It was very in your face with its message.
Yeah.
But
yeah, at the end, an emoji movie character showed up. That was interesting.
Yeah, to really just wrap it all up.
Yeah.
With yarn. I just don't get how they reproduce in that world.
The yarn?
Well, I mean, the yarn were basically the women, and the men were humans. So, how does it work?
I just keep thinking about the end of the short, where it's like, oh, wow. There's no black people here.
Do you think they just forgot?
There was one.
Oh, was there? Okay.
There was?
Yeah. I like right at the end when I was like, is it seriously just like still only straight dudes in here? Like white. Sorry, like, I didn't mean to say straight. I meant white dudes. And then literally as I was about to say it, the last shot has like one black dude in it, and I think one. Like,
the last shot.
kind of...
I'm gonna look it up because like
they're like, shoot, we forgot.
Would that be a conundrum for like the KKK, where they're like, we hate gay people, we hate black people, but it's like, guys, if all the blacks are gay, think about it.
What?
They'll stop reproducing.
Okay.
And it's like,
Oh my goodness.
it's like a progressive KKK member. Like, it sounds like a Dave Chappelle.
It's not progressive at that point.
I'm throwing Hail Marys with like the most absurd of sketch comedy premises.
oh well, there's the one guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought he looked Indian, to be honest.
Yeah, he looks more Indian than black.
He might be.
Are there any Asians?
I think there's a few nondescript like people mixed in, but like it still looks like mostly white dudes.
See, now do you think that's because they were like, you know, if we don't do this, then we'll be projecting that other races are feminist, and they're like, that's not the point of this. What we're saying is that white guys are.
I think like, because I used to work in sales, and it's very true. There is a boys club. And usually it's white guys, and it's like from a bygone era of like the 80s and 90s especially, and things have changed.
Yeah.
But like still, there's remnants of it, and that can be very uncomfortable for folks who don't fit that description,
Right.
and they're the outsiders. So that's what the short was getting at, to show you that this person the main character was willing to change who she is just to fit in and climb the ladder.
Yeah.
When in reality, it should be the company that changes to make it more comfortable and welcoming to everybody else.
Definitely. Like ultimately, it has a good message. I don't know if it like went. I don't know. I don't know if it went the best way about it. I don't know. I'm just still like wrapped up with like.
How do they reproduce?
No. Just the yarn metaphor when they could have just skipped the metaphor portion of it and just had a woman character in there that was obviously a woman character. I don't know. It's interesting to me, but yeah.
I have a question for you guys.
Yeah.
I do love this one expression that was in the short.
Let me see.
I'm just still laughing.
It's 100% off.
I like that joke.
Well, you want to say something?
Yes.
No, I want to hear it.
I'm still just laughing at how genuinely the question, "Do you think they forgot?" was asked.
Yeah.
No.
Oh my gosh.
It does seem like it because like they added like one person of color in the very last shot.
Here's a random question.
Yeah.
So humans, we go to the gym, we work out, we can get really buff.
Speak for yourself.
We can. I'm not saying you, but the rest of us.
First thing
can.
you said was we go to the gym. I do not go to the gym.
I was saying.
We work out. I do not work
Stop!
out.
All right. Humans can get buff. Could that apply to a gorilla? Like, if a
Yes.
gorilla went to the gym and started lifting iron and really working out and just downing protein shakes, could there be a buff gorilla?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Isn't
They
there?
already are.
I mean, they're already pretty active animals, so they're
Yeah, some of them are stronger than other
probably
ones
as buff
because
as they can be already.
I've
I
seen,
mean, yeah, is nature maxed out and humans are just like, no, we don't have to max out because we're smart.
I wouldn't be surprised if that is the case purely because we created a world where we don't need to max out.
Yeah, we could just sit at our computers all day and that's it.
Who needs to work out when you just Photoshop your body? You know?
Hence why when you were talking about how anyone works out, I'm pretty sure each of us in this podcast we're looking at like, well,
Who?
So, Saber, when you said like if other animals could do it, like I thought, what would a muscular dolphin look like? And I looked it up, and it looked terrifying.
Oh no!
Yeah, like somebody made this.
Oh gosh.
Oh no!
ew! What the hell?
Is that like?
It's gonna blow up.
I'm
Oh my
guessing.
God.
I love how the face remains unchanged.
No muscles in this face.
It's like that SpongeBob short or SpongeBob cartoon episode when he
You wanna be a jerk?
Yeah.
Then try anchor arms.
Can you imagine like some dolphin, like you're in like you're snorkeling and you see the little dolphin head come around, you're like, oh, it's a dolphin, and the rest of it emerges and you're like, no! Buff dolphin who's like, what are you doing down here in my lair?
It's just a muscle. Yeah, I've seen that one image of I think it was like a kangaroo, and you can see its arms, and they're just like jacked, and people are like,
could a blue whale get buff? Can you imagine a buff blue whale? It can like lift a battleship or something.
I think the thing about like whales and stuff is that they need blubber.
Yeah,
They,
and
like,
fat
literally
builds
need
muscle.
blubber.
Could you like, I don't know, tie some weights to a blue whale's tail and let it get buff? Put it on a underwater treadmill?
wouldn't it starve?
Like, what?
See, that's what those fishnets are doing. They're not entangling them.
Oh wait,
You're
You're
trying to
telling them to get
control
buff.
it. Yeah.
I
You
mean,
care for the wildlife. You just dump protein powder in the water, like in the
I mean, if animals can get fat, then they can get physically fit.
what if you shoot up like a whale with a big dose of like steroids?
Could a worm be buff?
I don't know.
That's what a worm went through my. It's a centipede.
No.
Jacked
No,
arms.
they have exoskeletons. They can't get buff.
What do?
Arachnids and insects, they can't do that. There can't be a buff ladybug.
I mean, they shed their exoskeletons for
Yeah.
a new one though. So
What about a bird? Can birds get buff?
Sarah, can they?
Probably. Yeah.
This is beyond science.
I
I
was-
just don't know if like it might get to a point in where it's probably unhealthy for the animal based on like just how they're built. I don't know.
Would it weigh them
Like
down?
I feel like maybe, I don't know, a buff bird just doesn't seem like an ideal
doing those
way of being a bird unless you're like a condor or
leg workout.
an ostrich.
My legs make me feel. Oh gosh.
I don't know. I feel like animals are already kind of as physical as they like in the wild. They're probably already as physically fit as they need
The
to
muscles
be.
that they need to optimize, they probably already are.
Yeah,
Cool.
as in gorillas because they
That-
climb trees and they run around all day.
Animals aren't worried
That's why
about.
pets get lazy and fat.
Yeah. Like, yeah.
Lammy, you gotta hit the gym.
No, Lammy's not fat. Salem's starting to get fat.
Oh my.
Cats get fat around the little like baggy area.
Yeah.
Fat.
Speaking of animals, do we want to talk about a thing related to animals that kind
Sure.
of
Yeah.
got rumored?
Let's do it.
All right.
Let's do
you
it.
want to take charge of this one? It's your...
I don't know why you'd have me take charge of it. For those that haven't heard, apparently there's a new rumor now floating around with Zootopia.
Yeah.
Just a couple weeks ago, there was the announcement that Shanghai Disneyland is going to be getting a Zootopia land, which is like, whoa. Which I wasn't too surprised to hear kind of follow up. I don't want to call it news. It's still rumor. But the voice of Finnick from the first Zootopia movie apparently at a get-together, I don't know if he got drunk and was just like, yeah, man, we're making like 18 more movies. But he is quoted in stating that there's not only one but two Zootopia movies in the works. Sequels, which would make Zootopia a trilogy if it were to happen.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that have skepticism about it. Naturally, like for me, you won't see me like explode about this until I know for sure that it's happening.
Yeah.
I've been burnt before. Chippendale Rescue Ranger movie.
Yeah.
So as far as I go, I am being very just kind of waiting for an actual official announcement.
On the edge of the seat.
At the same time, I've seen a couple people who have pointed out like it would seem odd that they would announce two sequels instead of just one.
Yeah.
And like I said, I don't know if this apparently happened at like some like Dave and Buster's or something where this guy was like I wouldn't be surprised if he just got drunk and he's like, dude, we're just making movies
Left and right.
so but I mean obviously like if they confirmed that there was a trilogy like a sequel, I'd be like, oh my god, yes.
Nah.
And if there was a trilogy happening, I'd probably like
Explode.
done blow up. So yeah, I hope it happens.
What if it's a spinoff where it's like an anthology series and there's no more Judy or Nick?
Oh man, you know how much she enjoyed Wreck-It Ralph because of her lack of her favorite characters. I'd probably cry. I'd be like,
Would you actually get up and leave the theater?
no, I'd hold out to see if they show up at any point during it.
What if it's about?
He would just only see it 10 times in theaters.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'd definitely pull back.
What if it's an actual movie version of the Arby's comic?
How
Oh,
dare
I would
you?
totally
Oh,
go watch that.
Speaking of trilogies, apparently that comic artist just finished his sequel to that,
Oh yeah.
and he's gonna make a third part to it. Judy's a lesbian in that. Spoilers. She's like,
I'm happy for Judy. She ditched Nick and moved on.
yeah, she met her
like 8 years older than her.
she met her.
Or something.
Anyone that's gonna like pop into this to see what this is about is gonna really be curious when they hear the next thing I say.
Yeah.
But Judy found love at an abortion clinic.
You know,
Apparently.
There's not a playbook with life, people. You can be serious. You never know where you're gonna find it.
Never know.
I feel like this artist just is like, what's like the craziest thing that I can come up with next?
Yeah,
And it's probably gonna be.
It's weird because the quality's there.
They're milking it.
Yeah, they are. Oh god, I was gonna say something and then that popped up and I had to address it. But yeah, no, I am hoping that I'm hoping that we get some form of an announcement soon.
Yeah.
So
It'll probably be, I would guess, either D23 or is it gonna be third anniversary of Zootopia at this point or second?
yeah, third in
So
March.
We'll keep our eyes peeled.
Now, I did see other people be like, well, why would Disney let this happen where a voice actor announces a movie? And I'm like,
John C. Reilly did the exact same thing for Wreck-It Ralph too.
yeah, he's like, yeah, we're making it. Oh shit. It's funny. I've seen this a few times on because I put out the Shanghai Disneyland video.
Yeah.
And in it there were some people that were commenting in there that were like, wow, this guy is like scarily obsessed with this movie, this Zootopia movie, because he made another video on Zootopia. And I'm like, bitch,
make more videos of the thing that I'm obsessed with.
I'm like, motherfucker, I have like 1,500 My Little Pony videos up on this channel. I'm like, 9 Zootopia ones. Chill out, like whatever.
So I want someone to make like the Wreck-It Ralph model and like source filmmaker, and have him sing that song from Chicago. What's the song that John C. Reilly sings?
Mr. Cellophane.
Mr. Cellophane. Should have been my name, Mr. Cellophane. Alright, sorry.
You can look right through me.
Walk right by me and never know I'm there.
That'd be great. And it has like Vanellope walking by, and also the Oscars as it goes to Spider-Verse.
Oh my gosh. By the way,
John C. Reilly needs more roles in which he sings because he's actually got a very good singing voice.
why didn't I have him sing in Wreck-It Ralph?
I think John C. Reilly is a better
He
career.
did sing, but they had him purposely sing a little bit bad because I guess it fits Ralph a bit more. And I'm like, no! You let him sing that song good.
John C. Reilly, I think, is a better actor with a broader range of talent than Will Ferrell. Because like I know that they work together a lot.
Yeah.
Will Ferrell's more of a one-trick pony versus. Because Will Ferrell's really good at what he does, but like John C. Reilly is like, dude, you can do dramas and like action.
He's
and
so
stuff.
great.
Yeah. I saw him in what was that movie? The Lobster. A couple years ago.
Yes.
That was like a serious movie.
John C. Reilly's also in the Monster Universe with like King Kong. He was like a World War II pilot who got,
Oh yeah, that's right.
That was such a weird character. Like I got a kick out of it, but I was also like, what is there about that? Like it was such a hard character to pinpoint. Like where are they going with this? Oh,
it was a weird movie. I mean, it wasn't bad, but it was Samuel Jackson's like, I want to blow up the fucking gorilla.
Sarah was, I think, on board with that movie until a gigantic spider leg went through some guy's mouth.
Yeah, I didn't like that bit.
Oh yeah, that was pretty graphic.
Yeah, I didn't like it. That was my least favorite.
It went down like his entire body, like he shish kebabbed him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It kind of scarred me. A little bit like that Chromatic Fire art exhibit with race.
No, let's not talk about that.
Yeah, okay.
There's fictional blood, and then there's like seeing the real thing, and it's like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
Because like I look away at some of the Game of Thrones stuff because I've been rewatching it, and I got to the part where the mountain kills Oberyn.
You can't watch that?
I have to look away because like he like breaks his skull open, and I'm
never ever watch a movie called Cannibal Holocaust. You'd hate it.
Oh, I was gonna watch tonight. Damn it. Oh, shit.
Yeah, I don't like graphics.
You should watch Smile HD.
I thought it was a cool scene though with the spider with its legs in the bamboo forest. That was kind of neat. But then like that was surprisingly graphic with what they did. I was like, holy shit, that guy got this destroyed.
I always get a kick out of PG-13 movies that they're like, all right, guys, we're allowed to use the word fuck once, so make it count. And in that one, they had the John C. Reilly character who was like, big fucking
What?
ants.
There's all here's another death that like I remember watching it back in the day and I was like, oh, that's uncomfortable. And it was in funny enough in Peter Jackson's King Kong.
Yeah.
And it's that scene where the survivors are in that like pit.
The
with all
bug
the
pit?
insects. What's that?
Was it the bug pit?
Yeah, and all those like weird leech creatures were like grabbing onto Andy Serkis and were like just sucking him up, and I was like, ew, like that's really that sucks.
Yeah.
Right? And he never gave up.
Get it? It sucks.
Oh.
Oh my god, so
God dang it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, speaking of animation,
Yeah.
I'm actually gonna hop to a quicker topic, and then we'll get to the slightly bigger one. The Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So I don't know the full story on this. Someone else might, but my knowledge of the incident is that, like, I guess the NFL or Super Bowl or somebody was like, "Ho, look, SpongeBob might show up in the halftime show to honor
Stephen
Hillenburg."
Hillenburg. Yeah.
And
The Hindenburg.
Hillenburg, sorry.
the Hindenburg. And then it just exploded. No,
Just like in the episode Band Geeks.
So does anyone know like what exactly happened here? Like, did they actually make it seem like, did they trick everybody? Like, it seems like they did.
It really seemed like they were going to play the song, and then it just didn't.
Yeah. Damn.
I saw this great video of, I don't know if it was a live reaction or
We've
someone
been
just
schmeckledorfed.
of hamming it up, but they're like, yes, and then it also cuts to the rap. No! like yeah, I didn't watch the Super Bowl. I don't care. But, yeah, apparently the game even wasn't that good.
Yeah.
From what I've heard.
I didn't watch any of the game, but yeah.
So, yeah, was anyone else here actually watching when that happened?
Yeah, I was watching. I was like, oh my god, are they actually going to do it? And then they did it.
Nope.
That pissed off
so many people.
Yeah. That's funny. Like I said, I don't really care for football, so to me, I'm just like, way to go, guys. Man.
It would have been cool.
SpongeBob is, wow. I'll say it, is rolling in his grave.
Yeah, alright. Also, speaking of animation, the Annie Awards happened. Spider-Verse got 7 total awards?
Yeah, everything it was nominated for, it got.
Nice.
Man, the Annie Award was such a mess, though. Like, at least the part I saw, it was just a production nightmare where like assets weren't working, songs were misfiring, people running on the stage, not running over each other physically, but like running over each other with time. I think the highlight was when like it was for animated shorts or something like that, Paleo, and it had. It
was for storyboarding for production or a television production.
Yeah, and they Mickey Mouse won. But when the folks were walking up there playing the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles music.
Oh my god,
hopefully
that's so
it was
good.
that little Indian
Teenage
boy.
Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And then it was a tie apparently. And they called up the TMNT folks, to which when they were walking up, they put the Mickey Mouse thing.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It was like, is this on purpose? Like, it's so bad that it almost feels like it was on purpose.
I didn't know you could tie in these kind of awards.
Neither did I.
I guess you can.
Everyone's a winner. Wow. Well, I know that I kind of went through this list with Sarah, and I'm like, who do you think deserves it?
Yeah, he had me guess like out of all the nominations who I thought would have won.
And each time I excluded Spider-Man, just to like have her choose something other than Spider-Man, and then when I'd say Spider-Man, she'd usually go, "Oh, well, Spider-Man."
Yeah.
Just to make it interesting for me.
Obviously.
But Yeah, they got a lot. I know Mary Poppins got some stuff for that animated sequence
Yeah, they did.
too.
Yeah.
So, which was cool because that was a good part of the movie.
Yeah, and I heard that Hilda got some stuff. I'm trying to look and see what they got.
Yeah, Hilda got also
That's
everything it was
exciting.
nominated for.
Nice.
Because it was nominated for 3 things.
Ralph Breaks the Internet got at least one.
Yeah.
So you could be proud of that.
Animated effects.
You know.
Incredibles 2 got for score.
Yeah. I can see that. It's a very iconic score.
Really good soundtrack.
Yeah. As I said, it's a very iconic sort of score. What did it go up against, though? I can't remember.
Like Early Man,
Oh.
Smallfoot, Island Dogs.
Yeah,
Wait,
out
are
of those,
dogs
definitely
doing something?
Incredibles 2.
There it is. There it is.
The
Dr.
Grinch.
Seuss's The Grinch didn't get any credit.
Yeah, The Grinch, Early Man.
That didn't
Ralph
win
Breaks the
anything.
Internet, and
I
Smallfoot.
just-
Definitely Incredibles 2 wins for score. It's got a
I-
very good score. What?
Illuminations just pisses me off. Like, everything they
They're
do.
sitting on their piles of money. They're like, we didn't win an award. Who cares? We'll buy one.
I didn't know Danny Elfman was the composer for the
For the
Grinch.
Yeah, he's been broadening his.
That's probably the
spectrum.
one good thing that they did with the movie. Hence why it was like their one of 2 nominations or something.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, BoJack got a couple of things. It had for best general audience animated production, and also Will Arnett got for voice acting.
Nice.
Oh man, I tell ya. This is So, writing, did that go to in a TV show? Like, go stop.
I'm sorry.
Stop it. Stop
you
it.
grabbed the mouse and
mic.
it makes me press buttons on accident.
It's a shame that Teen Titans Go didn't win the writing award.
Yeah.
No, but yeah. Were there any that you guys thought went to the wrong movie?
Not that I can think of.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm kind of waiting for the Oscars at this point. Where
Yeah.
I'm just like, what happens there? The
I'll tell you exactly what happened there. It's bullshit.
yeah, I'll wait.
Come on, Ralph Breaks the Internet. Get your
That
payback.
happened. Like,
You get your
people-
payback for 2012.
I should go ahead and make a video just to be ready, like just in case Spider-Verse loses, just so I can be like, it's like we're like,
It's like the folder, like memes if Spider-Verse wins, memes if Spider-Verse
Like
loses.
South Park, where
Like
they make
exactly.
2 episodes.
exactly. Absolutely right.
Superman
Yeah,
dead. Superman lives.
Yeah, because like I do wonder if Black Panther's gonna win Best Picture just to.
I don't think it will.
I mean, I don't know. Is the Academy pretentious enough to say no, or do you think they're like, guys, if we do this, we will get attention?
I don't know.
Yeah, but man, like I honestly wonder if something like that could lead them to. I don't know. Like sometimes I wonder how much they care about their legitimacy.
I don't know. It's like the elite club that realizes that their pool of money is shrinking, so maybe they do need to broaden a thing. I don't know. Who cares?
I don't think their pool of money is shrinking.
Who cares?
Do
there's
they-
been
Do they have a
records of
host?
No.
Are they
No,
gonna
it's-
just not have a host?
They're not gonna have one.
It's just gonna be empty on stage for a few minutes. And then,
That would be so funny. I want a skit made of that where someone just keeps showing an empty stage and everyone's just kind of quietly making noises
they
in
have
the
different
audience.
camera angles. You know, like the coughing in the audience.
Exactly.
I volunteered
Yeah.
because I probably am more qualified than any of the people voting.
Saber, you and
Either.
I could do this. We'll do a little Irish drinking song before
Mhm.
and
Just the most awkward
Oh.
thing here.
I gotta go. I'll potentially be back later. Sorry.
Bye, hero.
he's going to Red Robin. I know it.
Yes, right now. I'm thinking Red Robin.
Yum.
Isn't it? I'm thinking Arby's.
Yeah.
Oh man. So I'm right now working on our next topic. Seeing if we could get the man himself in here for
Batman.
it. Batman.
Yeah. The Batman.
So as we work on getting him, I guess I'll kind of give the lead up to this whole story.
Yeah.
For those that don't follow Black Griffin, Mr. Gabriel Brown, on Twitter, then you probably don't know that Gabe found a precious-looking little wild bat.
Yes.
And in Gabe fashion said, well, there's a 50-50 chance that this bat has rabies and a 50-50 chance that it's just hurt.
Yeah.
So he's like, those are pretty good odds. I'll pick this thing up with my bare hands and just see how it goes. Well, it made Gabe's life very interesting the last week.
It did test positive for rabies.
And yes, Sarah, the spoilers. Jesus, no,
It did test positive.
What?
All right, if you're gonna talk about it later, then I'll wait.
Oh no. The bat did, yeah. The bat tested positive, and Gabe will tell this whole deal. But Gabe's had quite an interesting time with all of this.
Yes.
He'll be in a minute.
Let me clear something up. I went into this thinking that, like, okay, Gabe's being treated for rabies, but we don't know if he has them or not. But we're playing it safe.
Mm-hmm.
That's the last thing I heard. So I actually didn't know.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
That he had it or not. So it's been confirmed. That's crazy.
The bat had rabies.
But we don't know if Gabe himself ever contracted rabies from the bat.
What's weird about rabies is I don't know if you can tell if you have it or not unless you die from it.
You foam up the mouth.
Honestly, that's how it was kind of explained to me.
Yeah.
But ladies and gentlemen, the man himself,
the
Batman.
Put it in our mouths, and then we'll all
Is
go.
it working?
Yes.
it's working. Welcome
oh my
in.
Gosh, this is a miracle. I'm walking around Home Depot, and it's like I'm talking on the phone, but really, I'm talking to YouTube and my friends.
The real miracle, Gabe, is that you're walking at all.
I am. I'm walking. Today is a loopy day because today is one was my vaccine day. So the vaccine days, they're always pretty loopy.
Well, I hope that you didn't drive to Home Depot then.
So
No, I didn't.
Gabe,
I didn't.
I'm sure a lot of people would love to hear the story. Can you please fill us in on what the hell's happened to you in the last week and a half?
I will fill you in.
Gabe,
anytime
you
ask.
gotta freak out your parents and just put a bunch of shaving cream around your mouth and go.
I
Grab,
actually,
walk down the hallway naked and just.
that would really freak them out. Oh my gosh, yeah. Because my mom, she was not happy
Yeah.
with any of this crazy situation. Yun. So I'll tell you. Here we go. But I'm also in a Home Depot, so I'm trying not to be too loud. But here we go.
We can hear you well.
Okay, good. So I was in a show, Guys and Dolls, and right after when the show started, we were walking back from the dressing room, and we have to go through these double doors in the back, and there was a bat laying on the ground, and I was like, oh, one of two things. If you see a bat on the ground, it was nighttime, but I was like, if you see a bat on the ground, it's either sick or it's injured. If it's sick, you don't want to touch it. So I didn't touch it, but I was like, if it's injured, I want to help it. It should be hibernating. It's cold. It's a western pipistrelle bat. I recognized it from its size, but I didn't know if it was typical for them to be foraging during the winter. That could also be an indication that it's sick. So I did some research, and I found out that western pipistrelles actually forage during the day for food because they can't hibernate all winter without eating. So they will forage during the day, during the winter. And so that explained to me why he was out during the winter. And also on the ground, I figure if he's hunting during the day, he's likely using his vision and not his echolocation to hunt. So it's very possible he hit the window. So I put him in a McDonald's cup, and I brought him home after the show. And once he started warming up, he was more coherent. He was looking around. He was, being curious, but he wouldn't extend his left wing. So I grabbed a little skewer that we had, and I just was gently trying to encourage him to extend his wings, see if he was okay. And sure enough, the index finger on his left wing was broken. And I was like, uh-oh, so this bat is injured. But otherwise, he's behaving normally. I gave him some water. He didn't seem, he drank it. He wasn't afraid of it. He wouldn't eat, but he was behaving like a normal bat. And once he calmed down, I did the only logical thing, which is I held him so I could get a couple pictures of him.
Yes.
And I let him crawl around on my hand. And
Not a price.
well, but yeah, he crawled around on my hand. He was very sweet. I named him Pip, which was a mistake. Don't name a bat. Don't name anything that you don't intend to keep forever. And so, yeah, I called Animal Rescue in the morning, and I was like, hey, I have this small canyon bat, and it's, it appears to be injured. I know you guys help injured animals. Is there a possibility you guys could take him in? And they're like, well, what's his injury? And I explained it, and they said, and did you have contact with this bat? And I was like, yes, I know what you're going to say. Don't touch bats, you could have rabies. And it's like, but it's less than 1%. Western pistral bats typically are not colony bats. So there's actually only been 2 cases of rabid Western pistral bats in America since 2010. So the odds of this bat being rabid are insanely low.
Make it 3.
Yeah, spoiler alert, exactly. It's actually been kind of a bit of a crazy thing here. That people, well, it's all in the story. I'll try not to make it too long. But anyway, yes, long story short, they sent an officer over to collect him. And they said, unfortunately, we're going to have to put him down because he has a broken wing. We can't treat a broken wing in bats. So we usually just put him down. I was like, well, great. I shouldn't have called you guys. And they're like, also, we're going to test him since you had contact with him. I was like, fine, whatever. And then 5 days later, I get a call. I've got bad news for you, Mr. Brown. What? Your little bat friend tested positive, so you're going to need the rabies vaccine, and I would get it really quickly because you're near the cutoff point where the incubation phase, and once you get the symptoms of rabies, you're dead, and, all his scare tactics and everything. I'm like, yeah, whatever. It didn't bite me. My odds are low, but I decided to research it anyway, and don't research rabies, especially if you think you might have it. It's freaking terrifying. Suddenly you feel all the symptoms. The first symptom is sore back and a headache, which I had for 3 days. And once you start getting the symptoms, it takes 4 days for it to kill you. And there is no cure. Once you get the symptoms, you're dead. That's
nice.
Always the case. Yeah. And it's a horrible death because the rabies virus travels through your central nervous system into the pons in your brain and eats your brain alive. So that's why animals go crazy when they have rabies, because their brain is being liquefied by a virus. So, and I'm like, you can't get rabies unless an animal bites you. However, there have been cases of aerosol exposure where people breathe air that a rabid animal's been breathing. Well, I kept him in my room all night in the cup. And then the other cases, sometimes people get it through mucous membranes, like in the nose and the mouth. So if I had this bat on my hand, I didn't wash my hands thoroughly enough, and I ate, it's possible I could have gotten bat saliva in my mouth, which also could have given me the rabies virus.
And when you made out with
so
it.
I'm thinking, I didn't tell them about that, of course, but yeah, the kissing and all that.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, well, I should probably get these stupid shots. They're going to hurt like crazy, but, I should get them. And then I look up what they cost. It's $3,000 per milliliter of immunoglobulin, and with my body weight, they would likely give me 4 milliliters. So this was going to cost like over $10,000 to get these. And I'm like, well, Mom, I'm not getting them. I'm sorry, I'm not getting them. This is ridiculous. If it had bitten me, yeah, I'll get them. But this is a stupid amount of money. I'm going to have to finance a freaking vaccine. And Mom's like, you have to get them because it can be in your system for 8 years and you won't know it. Every time you get sick, I'm going to be afraid you're going to die. So, longest story, semi-shorter, I called the VA and gave them my situation. It was like, hey, I'm a veteran. I'm registered here at Green Valley. This is what's happened. And they're recommending that I get the rabies vaccine. And they're like, come in immediately. So I came in, and when I got there, they had me go to the ER. Everybody knew. Like, they walked back and they're like, is this Batman? You're Batman, aren't you? And then they're all making and then reading me the riot act. You never touch a bat. This is why you never touch a bat. If you fall asleep in a room with a bat and you don't know if it has rabies, we give you the shots. This is why rabies is blah, blah, blah. So they gave me 10 milliliters of immunoglobulin, which it's the consistency of molasses, and it's so painful. And then they're like, so you're probably going to get the symptoms of rabies because we're giving you a weakened vaccine, which will go to your brain, but this immunoglobulin should also fight it at the same time. So you're likely going to get a high fever, and you're going to be nauseous, and you may also experience the rabies symptoms, which is confusion and fear of water and all these ridiculous things.
What a nightmare.
Wait, fear of water?
Yeah.
Yeah, fear of water. That's one of the things that comes
Like
with it.
taking a bath or a shower, and you're just like,
It's mostly fear of drinking it, fear of having enter. And I didn't get it, but some people get it and they can't even swallow it. Like some people say that even if they see water, they gag.
Crazy.
Yeah, and it's to make you salivate. It's a very vicious virus. But anyway, I got shots in every limb, and it really hurt. And then I had to go back last Saturday, and then I had another shot today, and I have another one on Wednesday.
Gabe, stop dying on us, please.
People
But
don't.
anyway, yeah, don't
Too
touch
much
that.
You're throwing French fries at raccoons that are like an inch away from your body. Just stay away from animals, all right? From now on, I'm gonna shoot every animal on sight that gets near you.
Or he'll run him over with his car.
Don't worry.
It's fine to him. It's fine.
He's got a head start on it.
Oh, it's been an experience though, because I actually, when I went in to get my shots today, they sent me to a different clinic, and for training purposes, because that clinic had never administered the rabies vaccine. So the whole staff came in and watched as they gave me the shot. And they're like, "Oh, are you the rabies guy?" And I'm like, "Yeah." They're like, "Oh, have a seat in this office. Well, I'll be right in."
I'm
So
hoping.
it's been fulfilling my need for attention.
I'm hoping that they give you the shot in your like butt cheek, and you had to like pull down your like moon everybody.
They're actually not allowed to give the rabies shot in the butt cheek. There are only 4 muscles, well 5 they can give it in. They can give it in your stomach, they can give it in both deltoids, and they can give it in your thighs. And I had it in all 4. I didn't get a shot in the stomach, but I've had a shot in every arm and my legs.
Oh, Gabe, I am so. I wonder if you're like the shots cost $10,000. You're like, it's cheaper to die. So
Well, here's the thing. 10 milliliters they gave me extra because I was so close to the cutoff point would have cost me $30,000. So I don't know how much I have to pay for this. I do have coverage from the VA, but I'm likely still going to get a bill. So I'm just kind of bracing myself and hoping that it's not an insane sports car amount of money.
Gabe. Isn't that something that like in order, like I feel bad for someone who's like minimum wage, where it's like, yes, this will cost you your entire yearly income just so you can survive.
Yeah, no, I know. We can get into the politics of that. I mean, there are if you really can't afford it, there are ways that you can get coverage if it's considered a medical emergency, which rabies always is, but you're still going to end up having to pay it off at some point.
Eventually.
So, yeah. I mean, they're not going to deny you treatment.
So glad you're okay. I woke up a few nights ago where I was like not sure what the like current status was, and I'm like, Gabe, he's alive, right? He's not gonna die. And
Yeah, I got a call from Saber at what was it, like 4 a.m. your time?
Something like that,
Aw. Well, you can't celebrate just yet. I'm still here.
No, and
I will take his YouTube channel, liquefy his subscribers.
He died of rabies, and here's how you can survive it. Subscribe to Saberspark. You can save your life.
so
You're on your deathbed. I'm like, Gabe, just record one last video, please.
What the hell happened to Black Griffin?
no, it's
What ruined Black Griffin? It's a picture of that.
people don't quite understand what it's like to be like super close friends with Gabe, because like you're just constantly wondering like is
he
Gabe
okay?
is he gonna
Is he okay today?
Are you
Has he
okay?
crashed on his airplane thing yet?
You jump off a
Not
cliff,
yet.
you die to rabies.
I took my dad flying. I didn't think he would ever go flying with me, but I took him flying last week, and he loved it. So
Nice.
Sarah,
that's like the seal of
Yes.
approval for me if my dad's going to trust me with his life.
I got to commission some art from you
Okay.
where it has Gabe walking out of the hospital on a stretcher, and it has the Grim Reaper going, "Fuck!" And just like,
I'll get you next time, Gabe.
Nemesis.
Death? What's that?
Spoiled again.
Kirsten, spoiled again.
Well, I'm glad you're okay.
Joke's on you. I got the rabies vaccine.
More importantly, Gabe, how's the bat doing? Is the bat okay?
Well, you know how they test for rabies, right?
They take its temperature.
No, it's
Yep.
dead.
Yeah, Pip's fine.
They have to-
Yeah.
they decapitate him, right?
Yes, they have the because rabies is only present in the brain tissue, so they have to take a brain sample.
So is he okay?
Look what you did.
His head go off.
You threw him into the decapitation room. Thanks,
Well,
Gabe.
here's what they did though. They were gonna put him down anyway because he broke his wing.
Yeah.
They put him down humanely. They were the person who came to pick him up was very caring. She clearly cared about animals.
They stepped on it outside and threw it in the trash can.
Honestly, he was pre-insanity phase.
Yeah.
So he would have had a horrible, miserable death ahead of him. Honestly, I did help him. It's sad that he had to go, but you can't cure rabies once it's set in, and so
Gabe, you might have stopped it from being, well, let's be real. What normal person would take a bat and bring it home? But,
well, hopefully I stopped it from spreading. I mean, that's, he had broken his wings, so odds are he wouldn't have been able to bite a lot of things. But yeah, I mean, it's crazy. It's the third case since 2010 of a Western.
What about your brain? Like, have you felt anything in your brain where like you're not registering properly? Tell me.
Yes, absolutely. So every time I get the shot, the day of, and especially the night, and then the next morning, it is very disorienting.
Mm-hmm.
I'm slowly, each time I get a shot, I'm reacting less, which I guess is how it's supposed to work, because your body learns to identify the virus and attack it. But the first night and the second night that I got the vaccine, it just makes you really dizzy. Like, everything's confusing, and I had a really hard time articulating. So naturally, I recorded Brony's react.
Yep. Yep.
I knew it.
You called that. You're so right.
Yeah.
I might be dying. Get the camera.
No, but I hope it's funny. I don't remember what I did, so I
See, I got to shame some of these guys because I'm waiting for footage for some of these people. And I'm like, Gabe's dying of rabies, and he was able to film his stuff. What's your guys' excuse?
The only solution is for me to go get herpes and go record Bernie's reaction.
you got to.
Now, Gabe, like,
I was trying to be an upstage by Amatoon Link.
Oh God.
I have to imagine that. I have to imagine that it's got to be scary knowing that, like, you were that close to the cutoff of starting to get symptoms, that the only way that you know if you have rabies is that you start getting these symptoms, but then it's too late. But also that the stuff they give you gives you those symptoms. So were you ever like, I hope this is the vaccination and not rabies?
Dude, that is precisely the thought process that was going through my mind. Fortunately, I was confused enough that I couldn't really think of it very clearly until the symptoms started to go away.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Well, Mr. Gabriel Brown, we made a mistake and we accidentally gave you smallpox.
Gabe will be fine.
But at least your corpse won't have smallpox. You'll look pretty for your funeral.
It's like the Grim Reaper's walking in with a little nurse gown, and it's like,
this is the virus. This is the virus.
This is just an
it's
ongoing
like that scene
comic.
from The Dark Knight where the Joker walks in on Harvey Dent and like pulls off the nurse mask.
And he doesn't realize that it's the Grim Reaper or the Joker. Oh,
I
man.
didn't realize until then.
I'm so glad you're okay, Gabe.
Yeah.
So,
Thanks, man.
don't die in a silly way now, where it's like, okay, we spent thousands of dollars, and then like some wooden plank.
What in the world is going on?
Is that
I'm
Home
gonna-
Depot?
Is this someone?
Yeah, that's Home Depot. Someone's rolling by the loudest car in the
Oh
universe.
my God, Gabe is in a Final Destination movie.
Yeah, but he put himself there. He always
Hold
puts
on, guys.
himself there.
I have to straighten this tower of leaning metal poles.
Real
One
quick.
second.
Watch out for the nail gun.
Who would win, like Final Destination versus someone who's got amazing luck?
No,
Hey,
Gabe.
look,
What one like
it's an exposed wire laying in a
From
puddle of
Marvel?
water.
No, Gabe's like Mr. Magoo, and he just keeps walking as all this stuff crashes around him, and he just turns out
Yes.
fine.
Mr. Magoo versus Final Destination.
The ultimate showdown.
My God, he won't die. There, Mr. Magoo, you lived again.
You rascal, you Mr.
Or Mr.
Someone
Bean.
could get hurt.
Gabe's Mr. Bean. I'm alive.
Home Depot. Magic.
Yeah.
Well-
So Gabe, are you able to hang around, or do you have to get going?
I'm gonna hang around as long as I can until I get the stank eye from Dad.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, we're gonna
So yeah,
probably open up for questions now.
Yeah, we're gonna do
We've
Q&A.
got-
sweet.
First off, we've got a.
Sounds good.
You lost my place.
Sorry.
I had already set
I
it up.
was an
Alright.
eager beaver.
We've got a super chat from Nora Mermaid saying, first of all, Gabe, don't die on me. Second,
I'll try.
my question is for everyone. Just curious, what is your all-time favorite anime?
And again, Nora submitted this through Super Chat. So
Yes.
if anybody wants to send it in through Super Chat, those donations go to the production
Mhm.
and Sarah's sanity bill.
So buying you pizza.
Yes.
Sarah?
Actually, yes. So yeah, so thank you, Nora, for sending
Thank
that in through Super Chat. So, favorite anime, all-time favorite anime, anybody?
Death Note.
Death Note's pretty good. I don't watch a ton of anime, but I really like One Punch Man.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'm gonna say Avatar.
That's a movie. That's CGI.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
No,
I
the
don't watch a
other
lot of
one.
Anime, but probably Sailor Moon.
Yeah.
Good.
The Avatar made by that one guy who's really good at making
James
movies.
Cameron.
Oh,
Well,
James Cameron.
No,
right.
no, not that one. The other one.
Next one.
The last
Oh, M. Night
water.
Shyamalan?
Yeah, M. Night Shyamalan's one.
Yeah.
That's the best.
Shamalama Ding Dong. Oh, that one. Right.
Yeah.
Clannad After Story is my favorite.
My favorite anime is the Zootopia if it were an anime.
It's Clannad
Oh.
After Story.
It's good.
Hey, that's cheating.
It's
Wait,
actually.
what's the question? I was in the bathroom.
What's your favorite anime?
Anime.
You
Oh, Madoka
Lilo and
Magica.
Stitch.
Lilo and Stitch. All right.
Well, it was an anime.
It's animated.
All right. Let's see here, Sarah. What's our next question?
We got one from Railroad Brownies. Anyone from the Semi-Perfect Pod going to BabsCon this year?
I don't know if we have any confirmations, but I'd say stay tuned.
Yes. Stay tuned.
Stay
To
tuned.
go. Does that count?
That counts.
Yeah, it's looking like a soft no for me on BabsCon and BronyCon, but we'll see.
What?
Yeah.
You literally have to. Oh.
Gabe, you're coming.
I
to
know. I want to, but as far as I don't know. We'll see. We'll
Gabe,
see. I'm working on it.
Con, not BatCon. You'll be okay.
Oh, have been told to avoid bats at all costs.
Yeah.
But you're
Paranoid
coming to
people.
BronyCon.
Actually, I'm immune to rabies now, so I can actually sell my blood because
You have to be a superhero.
It's an
immune
investment.
to rabies.
Gabe,
Isn't
we'll
that
talk
cool?
about this later. We'll discuss this later.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. we
We
will.
got a question.
Trouble.
We got a question from Jazz King. Have you guys seen What If Zootopia Was an Anime?
Oh, that's funny because I just referenced that. What if Zootopia was an anime? Is my favorite anime. I have seen it.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. Now I was having trouble
You-
figuring
you-
out what this was, and then I realized yes. Okay.
You know, that's like
Yeah,
asking a
but-
doctor if he's ever administered a shot. I mean, Jeff has basically got his doctorate in Zootopia everything.
He hasn't watched the
excuse
fan
me.
film yet, so.
I will.
And also at BronyCon last year, I was like, Judy Hoffa's middle name is Laverne. And he's like,
Yeah.
where did you hear that? I was like, how did you not know? Yeah, this
Oh, well,
I was hoping you'd forget about that. Hero.
maybe he's like
I
a
did
third
that.
world doctor.
I focus on the important stuff.
What's
Well, what
what's
matters
Nick
now is that
Wilde's
you
middle
know
name?
What?
What's Nick Wilde's
Tiberius.
middle name? There you go. Okay. Just had to quiz him real quick.
What's
Come on,
Bogo's
Sarah.
middle name?
Everyone knows
Uh-huh.
that.
Buy one, get one.
Buy one, get one.
Wait,
I
has
love
anyone
that.
else seen If Zootopia was an anime here? The funny thing is there's a
There's a
safe for work version, and then
a
there's
not
a
safe for work.
very not safe for work version.
We've
What's
seen
the
both.
safe word?
We've watched both.
Oh, I thought you said there's a safe word version.
No,
No, but
There's
we've
a-
enjoyed both.
SFW
It's
and
Jumbo
SFW.
Pop. The safety word is Jumbo Pop.
Whoa.
Whoa, Sarah, what's whoa?
We just got a big super chat from Missy Jin. Oh, I'm gonna butcher
You
this.
can't mess this up.
Jinjal? I don't know. Missy Jinjal. Just sent a huge super chat. Thank you so much. Saying, just wanted to say thanks to all of you and hi, longtime fan from Alaska. Got a ticket to my first/last BrodyCon from my wife.
Aw.
Hopefully, see you all there.
Oh, I hope to. Yeah, that's
Please
awesome.
walk up to us and say hi and everything.
Please,
Yes.
please come up.
Yes, come
say
up to us.
hi. We'd
Yeah.
love to meet you. We love meeting everybody. man.
I'll Skype in.
No, you will. We'll talk later,
We'll
Gabe.
talk. Thank
Damn.
you so much.
Thanks.
That is amazing.
Oh my gosh. And you could also let us know how to properly say your name.
Yes, please.
But I definitely got Missy down. But yeah, that's cool. Tuning in from Alaska.
Yeah.
That is cool.
Thank you so
I love Alaska.
Thank
Miss
you
Alaska.
Thank
so
you.
much. So much. Let's see here. Soren says, have any of you seen the movie Balto before? Anyone?
Yes.
Also,
goes
everyone? I
west.
think everyone, yeah. That's it.
In one regard, in that there's two polar bears who are being chased around by a black bear, and I'm like, that doesn't make sense.
That's racist.
But I always have to kind of keep myself in line where I'm like, this is not realistic. The talking wolf shouldn't be able to be defeated by a black bear.
So my best friend is like in love with that movie. It's like his favorite movie, and he got married. What was it, last year? I can't keep track of anything. He got
17.
He got married in 2017, and like he and his wife, when they were talking about when they want to have kids, he was like saying like, "Oh, I want to name our son Balto," and we all had to be like, "Dan, no, no."
Hey,
no.
you let him do what he wants with his
That kid was bullied forever.
Oh, my God.
merchandise.
I'd bully that kid. You kidding me?
Don't be
Dude,
more spark.
I have
bully.
a dirty story.
Yeah.
For some reason, I feel
good.
like I should tell it.
All right.
A good friend of ours, on the racing side, so somebody, Tommy and I know. One day so his wife was pregnant, and one day he decided to tell us how he was afraid to have sex with her.
Oh my God.
Because he's like,
Because he didn't want to get the baby pregnant.
No, like he's like, what if I like hit the baby or something?
Oh my God.
And
Wait, how is this time to Balto?
because we were talking about children, and so
God.
Poor baby comes out with one eye.
All right. Well.
Well,
there's-
no.
there's a
So,
second
so
part
he
to
was
this.
he was afraid. He was afraid, and we're like, oh my gosh, like
Oh,
everyone's gonna
fucking
call your child dickhead. And so we do. Whenever we talk about this child who's now like 5 years old, everyone's like, how's dickhead doing?
What's your?
So there
what
was
are the odds? Balto's a movie about vaccinations. How about that?
Hey, you're right.
Wasn't there a second part to the question?
Yeah, there was a second part to the question. What are your thoughts on Balto, the movie?
Love it.
It's a good movie.
I think it's an enjoyable movie.
I love Balto. Is that the question?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love Balto. I love the music in Balto. James Horner.
Yeah.
Bam.
But
That
maybe
scene.
a wolf cat.
That scene when when he's like at that moment of defeat and
Yeah.
then sees the wolf. It's like, oh my god.
Yeah, that's a really cool scene. I remember that.
Yeah.
All right. Soren also
And
says,
it's like this is, and then the
Side
wolf
chick,
howl.
She wanted to get banged by that wolf guy pretty badly. I would steal.
all right, and Soren
Always buy a
also
husky.
says, ACRacebest,
Oh.
promise me you'll watch that Zootopia fan film and share your thoughts on it the next podcast.
I will have to watch. I wonder how long it is.
We'll see.
But I'll definitely work on it. We got a super chat from ZD. Thank you. It says, "Hey guys," and "Hey Gabe, it's Zach from Ciderfest."
Hi.
What's with the
Oh,
soft?
hi.
He says, "What's with the soft no for BC, bud? Have something to
Oh.
do with rabies shots cost possibly?" Now, as I know, as I ask you this question, Gabe, naturally these questions are oftentimes contract related, so I don't know how much you can actually answer, but
Okay, so what I can answer is that as of now, there is no contract. That's why it's a soft no. My agent has been approached by other people on the roster, but not me or Michelle. We talked to them a little bit about it, and they just said that they're not planning on inviting us because we were there the last 2 years, which I think is totally fair. But yeah, I mean, we're going to try and negotiate because we would love to go there. Nate and I want to debut our new album there. Michelle has a new album she's working on, so we're going to work on it. But as of now, BronyCon has no intention of inviting us. So that's just kind of why the soft no is.
so there you go. For all the masses out there that want to be like, "Hey, BronyCon, can't wait to see Black Griffin, ACRacebest,
Yeah,
and Saberspark."
Yeah. It does
Can I go to
matter when
Twitter?
you
I want to
say
go to
that.
Twitter right now
Yeah.
and do that.
It does matter when you say, "Hey, I want this."
Yeah, they
It does matter. It
notes.
does matter. They listen. They care very much about what the people attending want to see. That's their. I mean, that's their livelihood, right? And they want to make this last one big. And they're gonna. I think the reason that they don't intend to invite us is just again because they've had us back a couple years in a row now, and they want to bring new people. However, like I said, we're gonna work on it because there's the way our contract works. You know, we have some wiggle room there that we're hoping to utilize, and that's about as much as I think I can say. Sorry, Naomi, do you need help with that?
By the way, Gabe is still at Home Depot. For anyone wondering,
I am. Naomi's carrying out these massive pieces of foam board and kicking them.
Don't make the man with rabies carry things. Come on.
Gabe's actually not even at the Home Depot. He's not even seeing anybody. He's just like in a crazy ward walking around.
He's going crazy. I don't know if I should even joke about it yet
Yeah.
until I know that he's okay.
I'm in my ow. I'm in my room imagining a crazy fantasy about being at Home Depot with my family.
Why
couldn't I have a much sexier fantasy?
Sounds like a fever dream.
A fever dream?
Oh my gosh. So just so everybody is aware, we're going to go till 8 o'clock.
In about 20 minutes.
Time. So we have about 20 more minutes where we'll do Q&A. Sarah of the... Oh, here we go. We have a super chat that came in from... What's going on? Is that...
It's Gabe.
Oh, you got it? Okay, good. Sorry.
Were you being
We're trying to
yelled
get...
Oh, man.
Uh-oh, where are my keys? Okay, good. Oh, they're not working. Why are my keys not working?
It's because you're in your room, Gabe.
My car's unlocked, and we're in a parking lot.
This is where the dream begins to shatter.
Yeah.
Fall apart. The dream. What's the song for that? It's like the dream is collapsing. Yeah. Dun, dun. How is my couch soaking wet? Okay, maybe I am dreaming. This is weird. I have a box full of helicopters, and I'm loading it.
I want to ask you a question,
In the
but
back.
after.
I'm very worried.
Okay, now I'm closing the. Uh-oh. Hold on.
I don't know what to even... I'm enjoying
Who's
this.
shouting? Someone's screaming. Okay, dude. There's weird things happening. Someone's screaming. My keys aren't working. We're loading
Are you sure you're not in a horror movie?
Gabe, you're not allowed to
loading
drive
giant
right
pink
now.
pieces of foam into the back of a car.
That's fine. You're at Home Depot.
Your car is not gonna start, man.
Okay. Yeah, my car better start.
Please don't drive.
I will not drive. I'm not driving. My sister's driving.
Gabe, you're actually in Silent Hill. You died. We're not even real.
Oh.
Watch
Hey, at
out
least
for
I have
the
some fake
pyramid.
companionship. That's always helpful.
Oh my gosh. I'm
wanna
afraid to move
drive?
on without knowing how Gabe does here.
Does Dad want to go with? He does? Okay, I'll go with that. Naomi, if the car doesn't start, put your foot on the brake and put the keys against the start button. Okay, I'm running.
Doesn't it
Hi, Dad.
feel like we're like witnessing like an eyewitness like emergency right now? We're going live to Black Griffin, who's at the scene of the crime.
Oh, hey, I recommend a cool movie. You guys should watch the movie Searching. It's like
It's so
like
good, right?
it's like Taken with Asians. It's all on computers.
So
It's really
great.
cool.
Well, that we call that Taken with Asians.
Yeah,
It was so much fun. I loved watching that movie.
it was really cool. It was very unique too. It was like the Skype movie but done well.
Also, like,
Oh,
that
yeah.
guy's the guy from Lost, right?
Yeah, he's actually Star Trek. That's how I recognized him.
Oh my god, he is, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love him.
So we
Yeah,
just
it
got
was really
a super chat in from Fritz Roll saying, no question, but love your guys' My Little Pony movie react. It was awesome, and I even had the chance to do a main 60 sub special react to it. If it wasn't for your guys' work, I would have never been inspired to do YouTube. Heart
Aw.
symbol.
Aw,
Thank you.
that's so
Fritz
nice.
Roll.
I know who that person is.
That's very
We've
sweet.
talked before. That's very sweet.
Thank you so much, Fitzroll. I'm glad you enjoyed
Thank
the
you,
My Little
Fitzroll.
Pony movie react.
Yeah, no,
Every
that's
time I see the name, I think of what that Peabody says in Portal when you're the robot and he shoots his portal. He says Fritzo like that.
yeah. No, it's always cool to hear about that and how our work has been able to inspire other people to get into.
Absolutely, it's the best feeling.
Yeah, it really is. So it's real sweet that you sent that over. Thank you very much for your contribution, Fritz Roll. Thank you so much.
And it inspires us to keep making stuff. It's like an endless
It
perpetual
does.
motion machine.
You're right. Let's see here. Ozzy says, or is asking,
There she goes.
do you know about the first question, Sarah? Do you know?
Not a lot.
Okay, I'll let you want to ask that one, and then we'll see if anyone else here knows.
So, Ozzy is asking thoughts on Vic Migna. I'm gonna mess up this name. Mignogna is facing backlash on sexual misconduct allegations. I know that he got fired from Rooster Teeth, and he's apparently like a voice actor on some anime dubs. But that's the extent that I know of that situation. Does anybody else know anything?
I don't know anything about anything.
I don't
Jax
know.
knows about it, but I don't know about it.
I want to be careful just because, there's allegations and then there's the truth.
Yeah.
Because you don't ever want to. Because that recent thing with Liam Neeson, that was complete bullshit. Because,
Really?
yes, he told a story about how he used to be a racist, how he realized how disgusting it was, and he came around. It's a story of growth. And if people are like, all they took away from it is, wow, you were a racist, fuck you. And it's like, yeah, but at some point you have to, like, if you don't forgive people like this, you never see these people leave.
Yeah, I know. I agree with you. I actually didn't know that story. That's very shocking to me. He seems like such a wise person. I don't know. Maybe that's only because he plays Aslan and Obi-Wan Qui-Gon Jinn. But the Force is strong with everyone except for Mace Windu.
It's just sad because as soon as I saw that headline, because I've been trying to take this approach
I got very
to.
sad as soon as I saw that headline.
Well, I take the approach now of like I don't believe anything I read until I research it and let it sit for a few
That's
days.
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Because
when I saw that-
sensationalism is very popular.
well, the damage has been done. Folks think, wow, Liam Neeson's a racist. And I was like, no. He was a young kid. Not kid, but he was younger. He was, brash, and he made a stupid decision. I think he's working on a project right now where it's part of the story of what happened, of like, the movie and the message. And that's why he shared it in a very
That's cool.
intimate, interview to change minds. And all people took away from it is, oh, wow, I can't believe you.
That's sad. That's unfortunate because it will also discourage other people from spreading what could be a powerful message. I mean,
Right?
I want to
Right.
make it clear that we're still talking about Liam Neeson, right? And
About
not
what?
the Vic dude.
Vic
Oh,
Mignogna.
yeah. So for
Yeah,
Vic Mignogna,
for him, I feel it's a bit different because I've seen like so many people
Yes.
coming out
Yeah.
about him at conventions and how like he's very kind of weird at conventions.
Yeah.
With interacting
Like
with fans and
apparently he's admitted that he's like kissed people on the cheek and forehead without like asking first, and I'm just like, yeah, you really shouldn't do that. Like, honestly.
Oh yeah, that's a little weird.
Yeah.
I hardly ever do that.
Vic Mignogna, if like I don't know, I've heard stories of voice actors and people in the industry who've done dumb, shitty stuff, and it's like, I wish it wasn't a problem to begin with.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, but people are people. That's not an excuse. That's just the reality of it.
People will be people.
Bad people in this world, you naive.
Humans will be humans.
Yep. Doesn't matter how famous they are. They're still a person. They still make mistakes. They still can be bad people. They still can do stupid things. And again, not a justification, but that's the world we live in. That's the species that we are.
ZD, by the way, has another question that just came in using super chats, asking actual question but shameless plug once again to Gabe. Have you seen any of the footage I've edited from Ciderfest?
Wait, I don't think I have. Send that to me on Twitter. I'll watch it tonight.
Says you don't look at Twitter, so LOL.
I do look at Twitter, but sometimes. No, I actually do look at Twitter, but I will be honest, and this is very annoying. Sometimes I don't get the notification that I've been tagged. Does that ever happen to anybody else?
I wouldn't be surprised if it does happen from now on.
Like,
but yeah.
Kathy Westluck messaged me 3 days ago.
Yeah.
About the rabies thing, and I got the notification on my phone, but when I opened Twitter, it wasn't there. I actually had to search her name and go into tweets and replies to find it.
I haven't had
like,
that
it wasn't
issue.
On my notifications.
The only issue I've had related to that is sometimes I'll get something on my phone and it takes like a few minutes for it to show up, but nothing like.
Yeah, no, mine can be stupid, but send it to me. Send it to me.
Oh, I see. We got a much more important super chat.
Yeah, the next
from the scratchy scratch.
Before you do,
this
look at the super chat colors. It's a traffic light at the top.
Oh.
I always have to point out traffic light colors on something.
So
red and yellow.
The Scratchy Scratch just sent us in a super chat. Thank you. And this is important, as Paleo stated. The Scratchy Scratch says, "Help."
Dad, this person's about to hit you with their car.
No, that's not what they said. Gabe,
I can't believe how close they are.
Gabe, they say, "Help." Help. PP stuck in ceiling fan. Gabe, have you ever had that happen to you?
Who?
Have you ever
had your PP stuck in a ceiling fan?
Only when I see a sexy picture.
How? I got not even 2 questions, like 4? I got 4, but I'll just ask the one. How big is your PP?
You want an answer?
How low is your ceiling
fan? Are we talking
fan?
like ratio or?
Hirosashii, see, Gabe will go to these medieval fairs in Lance, and like he'll just get an erection and hold out his dick like a lance and charge it with a knife to knock them off their horse.
Just look up the wood duck.
No, thank you.
What?
No, thank you.
That'll give you a.
That's a hard pass.
I mean, it's pretty hard.
Kira's my favorite.
No, I'm kidding. PP stuck in the ceiling fan, huh? That's
that's rough, buddy.
That's good luck. Nikki D has a question here submitted on Twitter asking, have you guys heard of Brony Babes Challenge? It's a challenge to promote healthy living and exercise for bronies. You guys want to give it a shot. Been at it for 3 weeks almost.
I have not heard of it.
That sounds pretty cool, but I exercise a lot already.
No,
I don't need that because I remember back in like 2013 or 14 they made somebody on Tumblr made the top 10 brony butts. And I was on number 6.
What?
Oh my god.
Paleo was number 2, and I was like, what the hell?
I was?
Yeah.
What?
Who did win?
Wait, who did win? Shoot. I think Jax was number 3. I can't remember.
What?
Maybe it's Mike the Mike was number 1. I'd have to go refind it.
Who
I
was-
relogged it
who
on
was-
Twitter.
I don't know about this.
Wait, Paleo was number 2.
Number
How is
2.
this? How is this just now
Paleo
coming
doesn't
up?
Paleo doesn't have an ass. Paleo's like Hank Hill.
Oh, I can't remember if you
Have you seen my ass?
I can't remember if you were 2 or 5, but I remember you were above me, and I was like,
Who was making these? Was it a single rating system, or was there actually like public votes going into this?
Look, it was just a single.
It might have been just a personal
Somebody
opinion.
was walking around conventions just.
I want us to open up a public vote to do this again because I really want to participate.
I've seen ass before.
Let me see if I can find it. I have a lot of Tumblr pages though.
I remember sharing a room with Paleo, Dusty Cat, and Screwball at a convention, and it was early, and Dusty Cat was getting ready for the day.
Yep.
And he walked out of the shower to the bathroom. And I just saw his butt, and I'm like, for all I could think was, Dusty's got a nice ass, and I went back to sleep.
I remember you told me about that, and I was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, Dusty's got like a
It's-
Greek god's ass.
It's
Like
in my perfect pod highlight on our channel when you first talked about.
"Man, we got some highlights from this one, don't we?"
Yeah.
Oh man. Let's see here. I want to hit up this question from Fernandman asking, "Hey Race, since I'm almost done with this video of your best Unicon moments, would it be okay if I post it on my channel or your channel?" Oh, that's funny. I didn't realize what this question was. I just saw that there was something about Unicon. Yeah, you can post it on your channel.
Yeah, I found it.
You made it. So
Yeah.
Awesome.
Post it on your channel.
who's number 1?
So let me tell you. Number 10 is Living Tombstone. Number 9 is Digibro. Number 8 is Mike the Microphone. 7th is B-Vids. 6th place is Hirosashii. 5th place is Black Griffin. 4th place
Whoa.
is Jack's Blade.
Wait, what are these places about now? I'm on the list now.
Your
I'm
butt.
curious.
What?
Top
How
10
big
brony
your butt
butts.
is.
The butt? Who has the best butt?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
I-
best
His
brony
butt
No
and
one's
Game
ever
Boy's
seen that
basketball
butt.
pants over his cargo pants.
5th place is Black Griffin. 4th place is Jack's Blade. 3rd place is Saberspark. 2nd place
Wow!
second place is PaleoSteno.
Oh yeah, yeah, I can see that.
And then 1st place is Brony Curious.
when was this made? When was this made?
September 30th, 2014 at
Wow.
11:15
I didn't
PM.
even make the
my
top
God.
10. This person's got no taste.
Rick has no ass.
Are they supposed to taste it?
Wow.
I'm so glad I found this again.
Oh my gosh! I can't.
My friends, when this came out, I was still in college. My friends saw it. They just called me number 6 for like years.
Oh.
They even gave me a shirt with a 6 on the back. I was like, wow, you guys are so.
Sergeant Rekka, by the way, doesn't have a question. Just has a statement. It looks like saying, "Actually, one person survived having rabies. Her name is Gianna
Yes.
Geese."
Okay, so if we want to talk about this, because I've become an expert on rabies in the last week, this person survived only because immediately when the symptoms showed up, they put her in a medically induced coma for 6 months. She's still recovering 16 years later.
Oh, so that's a
And
hard.
it's the only time it's worked. Put her in a coma, they gave her the immunoglobulin, and it gave her immune system boosts to try and get her immune system to fight off the rabies virus, but it still did damage to her brain. She still has trouble. She had to relearn how to speak, and she's still learning how to walk and move and be coordinated.
Man, that's
Mhm.
so. You only hear the story about some guy who was like in a coma, or he was like disabled, where he was like paralyzed, but he was still there, like a his consciousness was still there.
Yeah.
And they said that they played Barney the dinosaur for him like every day for like I think it was like years. And apparently, like his anger for Barney the dinosaur was so great that he forced himself out of his like paralysis. So-
Oh, that's wonderful. He's like, I
Yeah.
have to stop this torture.
It's not a
yeah,
bad
it's like
show.
he'd rather be dead, but he's like, no, wait, how about this? I come back, and it's like you telling me Barney the dinosaur incurred so much wrath in a person that it brought them back from the.
Ugh.
From,
And then
Such
there's like
nuts.
that
First
one
words
story
were,
of
"I hate Barney."
Mel Blanc was apparently in a coma once, and like someone asked, was asked a question to Bugs Bunny, and apparently like Mel Blanc replied as Bugs Bunny, and that's like what woke him up from his coma. That's the
so
story
neat.
that I've heard.
What?
But, yeah.
What's up, Doc?
That's exactly. Dang it! I was just
Wabbit
gonna say
season.
that. Afraid, you're in a coma. What's up, Doc?
So the last question we have here that will hit tonight is from Rosie Diamond saying, Anastasia announced its closing date on Broadway. What other Don Bluth film would you want to see on Broadway?
I didn't even know Anastasia was a Broadway musical.
I didn't know it was. Yeah.
Is it based on a Don Bluth film, or is it just based on Anastasia?
No.
Most likely the latter.
A musical based on a Don Bluth film. That's a good question.
Rockadoodle.
Rockadoodle?
Wow.
Oh no, I'm a furry!
No, the pebble and the penguin.
Yeah, I was gonna say Pebble and the Penguin. Don't make me laugh.
No.
You can't keep a good dog down.
my girl.
You can't keep a good dog down. Wow, 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 wow.
What's mine is yours. What's
What's
yours is mine.
It's the
more
communism song.
You share, the more the sun will shine.
Oh my god, it is.
Mine.
I
I'm clipping that tonight.
am gonna say The Land Before Time is my answer.
Damn, that'll be pretty much
Dinosaurs.
yeah.
That's a lot of costume. Wow.
And they're gonna do Gabe's rap that he did back when we did Magic of
Oh,
Christmas
yeah.
in 2015. Yeah.
The land before
Yeah.
time and the
Yeah.
land before
Yeah.
time.
It's the land before time in this land. It's sublime, but the problem that we're running to, there's no green
Green food.
food.
All right, we've got
Wait.
one.
I rapped about that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my gosh! And you memorized it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, my brain is so confused.
I know you're usually the one quoting something we said, and then we're like, "Who said that?" Well, you did.
That's true, but I didn't remember that. I mean, I was like, that's a pretty good. That's ridiculous. Oh my gosh.
Oh man. All right, last question. ZD made it in with a super chat.
Yeah.
Say last one. Gabe DM'd the links, not public yet.
So check your messages on Twitter.
Wait. What about? I'm sorry. It's loud in this car.
I think the video that he
Just look at your DMs. You'll know what to do.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. He DM'd me.
Yes.
Okay, I will.
All right. Well, with
Okay.
that, I think we're gonna call a wrap on this one.
Yep.
Now that we've learned who has the top 10 brony butts
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
of 2014.
Brony curious with that number one butt.
Update.
I still can't get past it.
People. I
I love Tom.
scar on my butt from my leg surgery. It probably is not that beautiful.
I mean, Saber and I have seen it. I'd say it's very nice.
Oh,
I didn't
thank
think
you.
But
Yeah.
It's not better than
Same time.
Paleo's.
Saber, we've all.
Paleo out here with the number 2 butt. Dude, you gotta rock that. Rock that back.
Taylor, put that in your resume.
I didn't know Pedro had a butt.
Pull up to a girl at the bar and be like, "Oh, if you know that I have the number 2 best butt in the Brony fandom."
Oh man.
And the
Then
Brony
there's so many questions.
I like how Saber's like, I haven't seen his butt. I know. I don't think we've seen his butt. I was just bragging. I wanted to clarify because I'm pretty sure Gabe right now in his state of mind would just be like, oh, okay, yeah, they've
I
seen
would
my.
sell pictures of Gabe's butt to Nora and Rosie for a very high price. I have what you want.
Oh, with that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in. Sarah, let's take a look at our super chatters once
Yes.
more so we can thank them, of course. But yeah, we'll be back in 2 weeks. So that would be the 20th of February, Wednesday. Be here for it. There'll be plenty more to discuss. Who knows what will come up on a semi-perfect podcast.
Oh, I do want to kind of say we are, the episode 100 is coming up, and we are thinking about doing a Jackbox party for our 100th episode.
Yes.
Yes.
So you guys can join in as our audience members in that game, and
Oh
I
my
think
God.
it'll be fun.
Yeah, I think so.
That's cool. I like that.
Yeah.
All right, so again, thanks to our super chat donators, Nora Mermaid,
Missy Jinjal.
and Missy. I can't even believe it. Thank you.
Thank you so
again.
much.
Thank you. ZD Fritz Roll. Or no, how does Gabe say it?
Fritz roll.
ZD again. The scratchy
scratch.
Hope your pee-pee gets out of this ceiling fan.
Sitting on the
And
fan
ZD
right
one
now.
last time. Thank you all so much for your super
And
chats.
one last big thank you again to
Yeah.
Missy for that donation. That's
Yeah.
we'll definitely make that count.
Yep, we're getting a cord for the other screen so we can improve working conditions.
We're gonna make it good. But again, thank you to our live audience. Thank you to those listening on delay. Thank you to our of course the people here in the podcast. Everyone have a good night. This was the Semi-Perfect Podcast. We'll see you in 2 weeks.
We love you.
Dempone.
Peace.
Bye.
Why did I make like a hand sign that people could see me?